What's going on, y'all? My name is Grayson Russell.
Hey, it's Presley Tennant here.
Hey everybody, Robbie Johnson here.
This is Darian Lee.
Hey y'all, this is Billy Joe Jones.
My name is Rye Rivers.
Hi, I'm Chloe Styler, and you are listening to The Jay Franzi Show.
Be sure to enjoy it.
Thank y'all.
Welcome to The Jay Franzi Show, a behind-the-curtain look at the entertainment industry with insights you can't pay for and stories you've never heard. Now, here's your host, Jay Franzi and Tiffany Mason.
And we are coming at you live. I am Jay Franzi, and with me tonight, the Tina to my Ike, my beautiful co-host, Miss Tiffany Mason.
Good evening.
And if you are new to the show, this is your source for the latest news, reviews, and interviews. So if you would like to join in, comment, or fire off any questions, please head over to jfranzi.com. All right, my friends. Tonight we have a very special guest. We have a recording artist hailing from the great state of Illinois. I said it, Illinois. I called it a great state. Is it?
I know.
I don't know.
I don't actually know anything about Illinois except Chicago.
There you go. We have Stella Soleil. Stella, my friend, thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me, Jay.
It is our pleasure.
And Tiffany.
Yeah, Tiffany's all right.
Tina. Tonight's Tina.
Tonight she's Tina. All right, Miss Stella. You, my friend, have a new song out. Can you tell us a little bit about this song?
Sure. The new song is called Hello, and it is a song about connecting with people and finding people that are a lot like you. Good people finding each other is really what it's about.
Nice. So how did it come about?
I was in a band 14 years ago called Dirty Little Rabbits, and we were a pretty hard rock band. 3 of the guys were in Slipknot, and me. and then one day we just wrote this really great pop song called Hello, and we didn't know what to do with it, and it just kind of got buried on the record because it just, everything else was really aggressive, and then all of a sudden you have this like, hello, like this like pop song. So it didn't really do anything back then. No one really noticed it except for a pretty decent sized radio station in Nebraska, 89.7 The River, who played it like 469 times, she told me. Sophia John is the general manager there. She loved it so much. And then it just went away for 14 years. And I tried during COVID to get the guys from the Dirty Little Rabbits back together. They were a little busy with Slipknot. And so I was like, you know what? It's time for this song. The time has come. People need to hear this song, especially like right now, like with everything that's happening around the world. We need some like love and positivity. So I got John Fryer, who's my producer. He's a really well-known, famous, amazing producer. He did like Depeche Mode. He did Nine Inch Nails, Pretty Hate Machine. So many incredible records. And I sent him the demo we had done like 14 years ago. And he's like, yeah, I'm going to do it. And yeah, and we reworked it and updated it to 2025. And here it is. This is what it sounds like now. And I think it came out really great.
All right. I have too many questions at this point.
Okay.
All right. I am a fan of hard rock music, so let's start there.
Okay.
How did that come about?
So I have been friends with those guys, the guys in Slipknot. So when I was first starting out, I got my record deal first on Universal Records. And they were in Des Moines, and I used to tour a lot in Des Moines, Iowa. And so much that the Des Moinesians thought that I was like a local band. But it's just the radio station was there, was Sophia John was there. And that time it was KKDM. And she was playing my project at the time, was called Sister Soleil. And I was I just thought Slipknot was going to be huge, and they were like really having a hard time getting even bookings. Like nobody got the masks.
If they practice a little bit more, they'll be pretty good.
And so I used to like take them everywhere with me. And like when I got to Universal, I went to the president of Universal Records and I said, these guys are going to take over the planet. You have to sign this band. And he's like, I don't get the masks. And I'm like, oh man, have you ever heard of Kiss? I mean, come on. And they wound up signing to Roadrunner eventually, and they did take over the world. So I was right.
So you discovered Slipknot.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't say I discovered them. I would say I helped them. They were from Des Moines. They were Des Moines locals, and I always insisted that we play on the same show, even though like at that time, I had an electronic project that was closer to Nine Inch Nails than it was metal like Slipknot, but I just thought that they were monumentally talented, and I just kept pushing and pushing and pushing for them, you know.
That's so awesome, though, that like you were willing to believe in them before they could believe in themselves, or you were able to help others see what you saw in them. That's a pretty amazing artist to obviously try to advance your own career, but then also take them under your wing and be like, no, these guys are amazing.
Well, it's kind of my personality. I'm always helping other artists, and I developed a lot of artists. I write for other artists. I like working with other artists. I'm a really good collaborator. I don't play any instruments. I'm a lyricist and I write melody, but I don't play any instruments. So pretty much everything that I've ever put out is a collaboration with other people. So, yeah.
Was it the Slipknot that we know today?
Well, Paul died in 2008. I think he died. Paul Gray. What a sweetheart. Oh my God, he was so sweet. And Joey died, the drummer, just a few years ago. So it's funny because Dirty Little Rabbits, two of the guys, Mike and Jeff, are now in Slipknot. They were Sean Cran's Clown. I was living in LA, and he came to LA to convince me to move to Des Moines to front
That's a tough sell.
His new band, and I did. And it was great. And we played together for like we toured all over the world. And I loved being in that band. I thought we wrote great stuff together. But like I said, when we wrote Hello, I kind of wanted to go more in the pop direction, and they wanted to go more in the hard direction.
That's what I wanted to get to. So
yeah.
You did finally find that turning point that brought you into the world of pop versus the world of rock or metal.
Well, when I was on Universal, I did a pop record, like no getting around it, straight up cookie cutter corporate pop. But I did learn a lot. I was sent all over the world to work with like the hit makers, and I did, as much as I hated pop at that point in my life, I did really learn a lot from working with these writers and how to craft songs. And even if I didn't like the style or the production, I really learned how to write a strong song. So then by the time I got into the Rabbits, I had that sensibility, that pop sensibility. So Hello was very easy for me to write, like in minutes. I wrote that like in 10 minutes. So yeah.
Well, while we're there, why don't you go ahead and tell us what the writing process was?
So I was very poor, and I lived in a house without furniture, and the boys would come over, Mike and Ty actually, and one day we were sitting on my hardwood floor with no furniture, and Mike was playing the keyboard, and I just started singing, hello, and it just came together so fast, and we were like, oh my God, I think we were onto something. And then went to rehearsal and played it for the rest of the guys, and it just wrote itself. It was such an amazing experience because we kind of all knew like, wow, this is something really special, but now what do we do? Because it doesn't sound like anything else. That this record that we're making is just completely different. It did get released, but it was never pushed as a single. It just kind of got buried on those two records that came out twice. And
well, I think with the genre being different, right, it probably threw the listener for a loop a little bit. We say that sometimes the general public just isn't ready for the song yet, too.
Yeah.
So it could have been timing as well, or that it's marketed to a different, listening population.
Well, I mean, I think part of the problem was that we were being marketed to the Slipknot fans, and we were our own thing. And I think that was the big mistake. Because when I did Warped Tour in 2010, Kevin Lyman, who owned that festival, he always put us at the top 5 best bands to see. There were 70 bands on that tour, and we were always in the press as the top 5 bands, best bands to see. And literally, whenever I played the song Hello live, and no one had ever heard it before, it would go from like 50 people in our audience to kids literally running full speed trying to figure out where this song, which of the 10 stages this song was coming from. And then like by the end of the song, there'd be like 1,500 to 2,000 kids like for this song. So I'm like, okay, there's something really, really special with this song, because I mean, they were like running like to get to us.
Well, at that time, what was the sound of the song?
It was similar. I guess there were no harmonies. It was just a single vocal line. But Sean couldn't come on the road with us, so we went down from a 5-piece to a 4-piece. And there was, back then, there was a Hammond organ in it, too. We took that out when we redid it. John Fryer said, I think I want to make it more guitar-driven than the kind of quirky Hammond B3 organ. And it's more anthemic now than it was quirkier back then, and now it's more anthemic. I think it's a lot more powerful now. And I wrote these really beautiful harmonies that weren't there before when we first wrote it.
So was it your band at that time that went in the studio with you to record it?
Yeah, the players back then were from Dirty Little Rabbits, and then now re-recording this and working with John Fryer, I used all musicians from the western suburbs outside of Chicago.
So are they studio musicians, or are they just known musicians in that area?
So one of the, like Pat Gilroy is in the band One Life. They're on the Plain White Tees label. And Adam Cryer, he was AM Taxi and like Lucky Boys Confusion. And Ricky is the bass player in a really well-known band called Liquid Soul, who's been around for like 20 years. I mean, they were Grammy-nominated. They were Grammy-nominated for a nominee.
Grammy nominated.
They were Grammy-nominated for a nominee.
I like that. Let's start using that from now on. They're Grammy-nominated.
I'm so
always
cool.
up for learning new words.
Yeah, and Eric is the youngest of all of us and just an amazing drummer. And these guys, I went to rehearsal and we reworked it, and it just popped. It just popped with these new players.
So how did you hook up with John to produce the song?
So John Fryer, I have been begging him for like the last 7 years to give me a shot. I mean, he's like my all-time favorite producer. Like, my 2 favorite bands in the world are Nine Inch Nails and the Cocteau Twins, and he produced both of them, So I'm like, just give me a chance. And now we work together all the time. We do a lot of stuff, like film stuff. And I just did this really cool, there's this on Magnetic Eye Records, they've just done the Downward Spiral Redux with all these great artists. And I got asked to cover I Do Not Want This, Nine Inch Nails off of Downward Spiral. And John and I did it together. And it's like orchestral and it's really crazy cool. And that comes out at the end of November. So yeah, so now we're working together pretty often.
Let's take it a step further. I know he is known for engineering as well as producing, and he does get his hands into the mix. What was the relationship like between the two of you when you went into the studio?
It was remote. I stayed in Chicago and I tracked in Chicago and then sent him the tracks, and then he produced and mixed them in LA. So it's cool that you can make records like that now. He doesn't do tracking anymore. He just does straight up producing and mixing.
Right.
A lot of phone calls, a lot of FaceTiming.
So how did you record your tracks then?
A studio here in Chicago, Illuminate, a guy named Joseph Castleberry did the engineering for me and then sent the track to John Fryer to produce and mix. And actually, I sang 52 hours. I know.
Oh my goodness.
The first time I recorded this, I probably sang 2 hours, and the 2025 version of Hello, 52 hours in the vocal room.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
Why?
Because I had written all these really, really amazing harmonies. It went from a single line vocal to, and John Fryer, he loves, like, he makes me do quadruples of everything. You know, before when I would record, I only had heard of like doubling your vocal. He wants quadruples of everything. And so, I mean, if you're doing 3 harmonies plus the main vocal, that's like 16 vocal tracks just in one spot. And by the end, it was like 72 tracks that we sent him.
Okay, so I am not from the music industry in the respect of like mixing,
recording,
producing. Right, okay.
It's a lot of tracks.
Yes, so what is intriguing me right now is the fact that you sang your harmony parts.
Oh, yeah, I did all my own harmonies on this. Yeah.
I guess would make sense, but it didn't dawn on me that that's how it could be done.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I've done a cover with the boys, Love the One You're With, Stephen Stills. We sing in 3-part harmony on that. That's my second single that will come after Hello. And so they did the harmonies with me, but on Hello, I did all my own harmonies, yeah.
Is that breaking news? Are we the first to know that as well?
Oops. I think I wasn't supposed to say that.
No, that's all right. That's what we like.
Yeah, you're the first one.
We just want to feel special. That's all it is. We just like to feel special.
Yes.
Yes.
That was
We're
intentional.
getting all the back behind the stage information.
That's why we love you. Miss Tiffany, when a singer can do their own harmonies, first of all, it's rare. Not every singer can sing their own harmonies, but when a singer can sing their own harmonies, it's a nice blend. It makes things sound thicker.
Huge. Yeah, like a big anthem.
So when you go in with a team of background vocalists, that also sounds great, but it's not quite the same. So.
No, unless you're doing like a Crosby, Stills and Nash like cover where you want different textures and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. Sometimes I've had backup singers come in and it gets a little syrupy sounding, but when it's your own voice,
that mean?
Like not so much emotion. They're singing perfectly pitched vocals, but when you do your own backup vocal, when you're doing your own harmonies, the emotion is still there, you know. So it's more. I think it's more powerful when you do your own harmonies.
Plus, when you do your own harmonies, you're matching the melody almost identical.
Yeah.
Where you bring in harmony singers, they're going to sing the melody to where it should fall as a background vocal. It doesn't always match the lead vocalist. And again, it's personal preference. Sometimes that sounds great. Sometimes people don't like it. They'd rather have it match.
I mean, if you're like Pink Floyd or something, you remember they brought in that woman, she's like, whoa. You're like, that was really cool. Yeah, that's when it's really cool.
Yeah. Huh.
All right. So you go in the studio in Chicago. You bring in these musicians.
Yes.
So you had the engineer there. Was there anybody hands-on producing the musicians there, or did you just record all the tracks and then send them off to John?
No, these guys are such pros. They pretty much can produce themselves. I mean, they've been in the industry for a long time, and they just walk right through it. They're just like bam, bam, bam. It's perfect, you know.
So the initial before they walked in the studio to do their bam, bam, bam. Was there somebody give a little bit of a, say, hey, this is what I'm going for? This is what I'm...
I did.
So,
I gave them some direction, and they just got it right away, you know.
So you did go in there and give them a little bit of guidance, and then...
I mean, basically what I said is I want to make this an anthem. I just imagine the stadium, like we're playing Madison Square Garden. I want big drums, big guitars, which is like night and day from the original, yeah. So that's what they gave me. I mean, the thing is these guys are like stars in their own right. And so I'm just like, what do you do when these guys are stars? Well, you do Crosby, Stills, and Nash with them, because you can, so. But Hello was great because I almost got rid of the intro. I thought I was going to go right into the song. And Adam Cryer actually was like, no, you have to keep that part. That's like one of the best parts of the song. So, yeah, they know what they're doing.
Yeah, it's always cool like that, right? So you record with these musicians. Now, do you ever have the hope of performing it live at this point?
So I did so much extensive touring in my career, and man, life on the road is like, it's hard. It's hardcore. It's hard to stay healthy. It's hard to eat right. You're eating out of gas stations, and if I ever see another Waffle House, I'm gonna puke. And
not a sponsor, but could be.
But I think probably I will ask these guys to do like Target shows with me. Not full blown touring, but
that's
like
what
Target
I was wondering.
shows. Yeah.
So would they support you to play a show or two? I'm sure they've got their own things going on. They're not going to be able to tour.
Yeah, they're very busy themselves, but like key shows here and there, I'm sure that they would do with me.
Would they be in Des Moines?
No, they're here. They're here in Chicago. Well, the western suburbs. Yeah.
Yeah, fun.
Right outside. Yeah. No, so
let me know. I need an excuse to get up there. I need to see my girlfriend in Carol Stream. So
you come stay with me. Come stay with us.
Okay.
We have a guest room.
Okay, perfect.
Don't offer it. Don't offer it unless you mean it, because she'll be there.
Tiffany can come stay with me.
All right. Well, hey, don't say you weren't warned.
Warned of a good time.
Oh, don't start. All right, so you're going to play one show here or there, so I assume that's like the Grammys and a few other showcases like that, right?
Well, definitely the VMAs, because Jeffrey Banzer did the video, and I know he's going to get a VMA. It'll only be like his 50th.
Who is this Jeffrey person you talk about?
Jeffrey Panzer. Jeffrey Panzer, the legend, the Emmy-winning, VMA-winning. I walked into his house and I was like, wow, like they're everywhere. Like you can't sit. There's no furniture, just awards in his house.
Welcome to my pile of awards.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is we should know who this Jeffrey person is.
You know exactly who Jeffrey is.
Maybe if he wins one more award, we can consider
I think he would have to get a new house. I don't think he can fit anymore in his house.
He's already storing a few of them at my house. It's all right. So tell us what it was like to work with Jeff.
Oh, my God. Oh, he's a genius. This guy, aww. I know, he's like, do you realize that this guy has literally done over 3,000 music videos? I mean, crazy. I know. I'm like, has anybody ever made that many music videos in their lifetime? I mean, it's crazy. And he's such a good director. He had an idea. He loved the song. It was really funny because I sent him the song and he was jogging and there was this, the hook in the song is all good people find one another. And he stopped jogging and he was like, and he picks up the phone. He called me. He's like, what kind of witchery are you using on me? Did you write this about us? So, I mean, he loved the song so much. He's like, I have an idea. Come to LA right now. And we shot for 3 hours and 45 minutes and it was all shot. And then he spent like 75 hours editing.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
So come to LA now.
Now, right now. Get on the next flight.
From that moment, how long was it till you were in LA?
Like 5 days later.
Oh, wow. You both were moving quick.
Oh, yeah. No, Jeffrey and I have been on like warp speed for like the last like 2 weeks. Like I keep going, what happened? Wait, what happened? What happened? Oh, was I in LA? I was there, right? Okay, now I'm back. Did LA happen? Yeah, it was so fast. I couldn't even believe it. And I'm terrified of flying. Oh my God. I am so terrified of flying. It was a 4.5 hour flight, but they have this cool thing now on Wi-Fi. So between texting my husband and Jeff, there's turbulence. I'm like, it's just air pockets. Just think of it like going over a street and a rock. So I'm like, okay, there's no more turbulence. Okay, I'm fine. But I was like texting the both of them like through the whole flight.
I thought you were going to say, there's this new thing. It's called chloroform. I was gone and I woke up and I was there.
No, those are Xannies. You just pop Xannies like Tic Tacs.
Yeah. We have taken
I get them from a doctor.
We have taken a left, folks.
Well, if you guys get a chance, I mean, everybody who's listening, you should hop on over to Stella's social media on Instagram. She had some fun updates from the trip to LA. I saw it in living color, so I know it happened, Stella. Yes, you went to LA.
It was there, right?
Yeah, you were there.
Such a suck
Otherwise,
up.
you have some great AI videos. But you guys should hop over there and just kind of see Stella's great personality and just the fun time that she had getting to the airport and the inside of I think it was the LA airport you were showing, and that looked kind of cool.
There was O'Hare with the lights, and I was like on the conveyor belt. I was like, wow.
I haven't been to O'Hare for a minute, so they must have done some upgrades.
Me either. Like it looks like a spaceship down there. Like you're like, holy cow. It's United. It's like the hub is so huge in Chicago. Like you have to get on this like walking conveyor belt to get over to United. Yeah.
That's funny that you flew on United and your song is about people getting united.
You know what's even funnier?
It was on the 13th day of the month and it happened at 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
I like interview the pilots before I get on. I'm like, excuse me, sir, how long have you been flying? And
Like, how often they get that though? I bet that's not uncommon.
I'm like, I just want you to know that twice I turned around two Boeing 747s and went back to the gate. So I need to know all of your experience. But the United pilot on the way back was so cool. He had a turbulence like tracker, like a little iPad, and it tracks the turbulence. So he would come running. He's like, okay, look, here's this little patch we're going to hit in like 10 minutes and then it's going to be over. And he kept running back like every 20 minutes to make sure they wouldn't have to do like an emergency landing.
Listen, I am Stella Soleil, and I'm a big deal. And so if I am not happy, we are landing this plane.
I need to get off right now. Like, it's so funny. Did you see Bridesmaids? Like, there's a colonial woman on the wing, and she's churning butter. Yeah, that's me.
Okay. Now, question.
Okay, I'm sorry.
He tells you, come to LA, within 5 days you're going to be there. Does the upcoming flight bother you enough to stay in your mind up until the moment?
Oh, no sleep for 5 days. Yeah. No sleep for 5 days. Yeah,
Stella, we gotta talk. I got some stress management skills for
Dude,
you.
I went to fear of flying school and everything, and like
There's a fear of flying school?
Oh yeah, no, it's for real. And so when I was in this fear of flying class, you know, they said, like, this is one of the flights I turned around. They said, you know, pattern your behavior after the stewards and stewardesses. I know that's not PC. What are they called now? Flight attendants. Thank you. I did not. Yes, you can't say that anymore. It's flight attendant.
You can't say what?
PC.
You can't say stewardess?
Nope. You have to say
You're
flight
gonna offend
attendant.
somebody, Jay.
So
Knock it
stewardess is a word you don't want me to say anymore?
off. Jay.
I'm just trying to get it right. So it's stewardess is the word.
Well, I was on a flight from New York to San Francisco, and it was bad weather, and we were taxiing. We were like on the tarmac for like 3 hours, and the fear of flying school said just watch the flight attendants and pattern your behavior after theirs. And so I was watching, and then all of a sudden, this guy a couple of rows back gets up. He's like, "That's it, I'm getting off." And a flight attendant goes, "Sir, you need to go back to your seat." And I'm like, "Oh, that's panic." I get up and I run to the back of the plane, and I'm like hyperventilating, and the flight attendant grabs me by the shoulders, and she's like, you're fine. Just keep breathing. I'm like, oh my God,
Did she
am I not
smack
breathing?
you across the face?
No.
Did she say,
I
"Snap
fainted.
out of it, man"?
I went down. Blacked out. And then the next thing I know, I come to, I could hear the pilot going, everyone return to your seats. There's a medical emergency on board. And I kept thinking to myself, well, if this person would get off of me because I had to get back to my seat and put my seatbelt on, there's a medical emergency on board. And not realizing I'm the medical emergency. Yeah, and because there's this thing like where if you're out cold, the flight attendant, they have to lay their whole body on top of you. And yeah, and so I couldn't get her off of me to get
Don't
back
tell
to
me
my
anything more. You're gonna bring back my flight anxiety.
So this last flight, I told the pilot that story. So I think that's why he kept running back and forth to me.
Yeah, that was sweet of him. So you made it to LA.
I did.
You
And
made
I
it in
back.
one piece.
Yes,
And you
And
made a fabulous
and
video.
I made it back.
All right. So describe day one.
Was working with Maxie. I had this.
Who's Maxie?
Maxie is this amazing makeup artist and stylist that Jeffrey works with, and then we glued. He had a bow tie that he cut and on this little pink dress, and then we used fabric glue and glued it onto the dress. So it was this cute little black bow, and then we had to like stand there and hold it with our hands for like 20 minutes, and then I had to take it home and put
I think
books
that's called
on top
being
of it.
in wardrobe.
Wardrobe,
Air
yeah.
quotes.
Gluing a man's like bow tie onto my dress. That was Friday.
I do that all the time.
And then let's see, Saturday was a lot of food and hanging out with my friend Trisha.
Don't just gloss over the food.
Seafood is my favorite. She took me to a really fancy schmancy seafood place, and I had 24 oysters. And
Now I saw a lot of stops at Starbucks. So how many times did you go to Starbucks?
Okay, listen, I have a problem. I have a serious addiction to Starbucks. And so much so that my friend Trisha would have it delivered to her house. Like I get up and I'm like, Starbucks. There's the coffee. Yeah.
You said there was going to be coffee, Trisha.
I need
I just want
Starbucks
to
right
point
now.
out, you guys are both talking about Starbucks to a Bostonian. We're going to have problems here.
Although she did say that Scooters
Scooters is better.
Dunkin'
Yeah.
Donuts.
I love Dunkin' Donuts. Dunkin' Donuts has really great coffee, but they don't know how to make tea lattes. They only know how to make chai lattes. And
man, what kind of tea latte do you? Real quick side tangent. What kind of tea latte are you getting these days?
I like Earl Grey tea lattes.
The London Fog.
But without the vanilla. I mean, London Fog has the vanilla in it, so I'll do the London Fog, hold the vanillas. I just like the tea lattes. I lived in London for 3 years, and I just got addicted to tea, and so I'm really,
Now, have you
really.
ever had it iced?
I have had it iced, but I'm kind of snooty about my teas.
Okay. Well, if you lived in London, that makes sense.
It's an English thing, I
was going to say when in Rome, but when in England.
I like my favorite is PG Tips is the best tea, English tea.
Have you had rooibos? It's not English.
Yeah, I've had rooibos. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I like
my favorite.
rooibos too, but I'm snooty. I want English tea.
Yes. Okay. Fair enough. Well, sorry, we derailed. So what was
We digress.
We digress. What was day 2 food? Jay wants to know.
Okay.
Jeff is saying you're very disciplined, and it sounds like you are.
I was a ballet dancer. I started out as a ballet dancer. So, I started when I was 3 and then I became a competitive ballet dancer. And then, I trained 4 or 6 hours a day. And then my mom was my choreographer. We used to tour all over the country competing and stuff. So, yeah.
Oh, wow.
That was my childhood, was competition after competition. So, yeah, I am super disciplined. Yeah. You can't get away with half butting it.
I thought that's where you're going. but
I know.
nice save.
I'm like, what else can I say? Half butting it in ballet.
You can say it. It's all right. Food. Tell me more about the food.
Let me see. Starbucks always, and seafood, and then I think I had ice cream too on Saturday.
All right. We have a
And
winner.
then-
Tell me the right
yeah.
flavor and we can get off the food subject.
I mean, chocolate anything. Chocolate with chocolate chunks with chocolate anything. Chocolate.
Sound like my daughter. No. We have a place here called Grader's. When I moved here, I was told it was the best ice cream in the world. And being from Boston and having my local favorite, I thought, yeah, okay. But I went, and I will tell you, it is truly the best ice cream in the world. But Grader's has a signature flavor, black raspberry chip, and I have just become hooked.
Oh, chocolate. Oh, I love chocolate and raspberry with chocolate chunks in it. Yeah.
You got it.
So good.
Now you have to come visit me.
Yes, I will. All me and Tiffany are going to do is sit and eat ice cream the whole time.
Fair enough.
But mine is going to have to be like vanilla or caramel or peanut butter flavored with chocolate and caramel swirled in it.
Ooh,
Tiffany, you're fired. Goodbye.
I didn't fire you for your ice cream.
No, because I chose a good one.
But peanut butter, I love chocolate with peanut butter too. Like chocolate peanut butter ice cream.
No.
It's so good. No, you know.
Peanut butter
No, my
doesn't
husband
work.
Crumbles on top.
He hates it. My husband hates like mixing peanut butter and chocolate together. You know those remember those commercials where we had this genius idea and they bumped into each other and chocolate meant peanut butter and he's like gross.
Yummy. Yummy.
Yeah, yummy.
Oh no, we've got people arguing with us about ice
I'm
cream.
telling you, ice cream is a subject. It's a subject for
Very
sure.
personal.
All right, so you get to LA, you get past the food, you get to work with Jeff. Let's take it from there.
So he did a really nice start time for me. It was not like 5 a.m., which is what I'm usually used to, getting up like 4 or 5 and getting into makeup. Like it was like the makeup call was 9 o'clock, and then I think our start time was noon or something like that. Like 2.5 hours of makeup and hair. And
Do you enjoy that?
yeah, I love it. I learn a lot from makeup artists. Like I'm wearing purple today.
Yes.
So yeah, it's cool. They're artists, you know, they're real artists, and I'm like the canvas, and sometimes I just look at myself. I'm like, oh, is that me? I'm cute. Because, like there's
It's got to be a pretty good feeling. It's got to be
I'm
pretty
like,
fun.
oh, I want to look like this all the time. You know, I don't look like that all the time.
Well, some people really enjoy it, but some people just hate sitting still and being part of it.
No,
I would eat it up.
I think it's a cool part of the process, you know, especially when like it's coming to life. Your face is like coming to life, and
Don't you feel like, or maybe you can tell me if this is the process. It seems like this is the process. Like they prime everything and you're like, good God, I hope this turns out okay. And then they put like the first 2 layers on. You're like, I don't know, I'm getting concerned. And then at the end you're like, holy smokes.
Well,
I'm beautiful.
So Jeffrey like gave her some specific instructions because I have pretty good skin and I'm so very light. I hardly, it was very light makeup, and other music videos that I've done is like wearing like pancake batter on your face, you know, it's that's gross. But Jeffrey was like, don't put a lot on her. She doesn't need it. And you know, so
What a compliment.
I know, right? But he's such a
Yeah.
pro. He knows these things. Like he could just look at you and
Jeff, how much makeup do I need?
I was just going to ask the same question.
No, he did. We FaceTimed and he was like checking out my face. He's like, yeah, you don't really need much at all. So he's a pro. Dude, 3,000 music videos. Come on. The guy knows about makeup.
I would agree.
Well, we shot the whole thing in natural light on a green screen in his backyard. Like the shot, there's this big shot of me on a giant stadium stage. It was like 12 noon and the sun was beating directly down. It was like 100 degrees. And he's like, okay, dance, you know, and I'd be like, and I would stop like 3/4 of the way through, and then they would run me in front of a fan, and then Pumayo, his assistant, would hand me like ice water with a straw, and I would cool down, and then get back on the green screen in the full sun, and you can't even tell that it was shot outside. The whole thing was shot outdoors, you know. So
That is so cool.
Yeah, so the makeup when you do outdoor shooting is a lot different than when you're doing controlled lighting.
Which do you like better?
Well, I like them both. I think it's really, it's such an art form to be good at lighting, controlled lighting. It's a whole art form in itself.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
So when you're doing these videos, is there anything about them that you don't like to do?
I don't like wearing high heels, like because I move around.
I like it.
I'm sure you do.
Only on Saturdays.
But when the director says dance and you're in like spiked heels, it's just really tough. Like I always wear Adidas Superstars. There's like, that's my main shoe, with like 1,000 friendship pins on the laces.
Comfort.
Yeah, because I move so much. I just think high heels like just kind of restrict me. So
I love so much that you always have all those pins on the shoes, and I love that that's part of who you are, like your personal brand or whatever.
Yeah.
But then it shows up in the video as well, and it was very nostalgic for me. Those little friendship pins.
I know. I've been doing it since I was 11. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, you want to be my friend? Here's a pin.
Yeah, that's so awesome. And then I love that the song is just talking about, like nice people finding nice people. And here you are sharing these little friendship pins and, just spreading the love. And I think that's awesome. And I think you are right that that is just a message that just needs to be out right now.
We went down Ventura Boulevard. And like we're going to find random people because Jeff wanted genuine reactions. So we're asking these strangers, hey, can I hug you in my music video? And this one guy goes, I do not consent. I do not consent. And he like put his hand over his face. And I was like, a hug? You don't consent a hug? And then there were these other two girls I'm like, hey, can I hug you in my music video? They're like, no, we're not interested, but God bless you. Oh, and I was like, what's God got to do with it? I was so confused, but God bless you. And like, yeah, me and Pumaya just kind of looked at each other. Like,
is that like how in the South we say, bless your heart?
I think so. Like, bless your heart. And then this other girl goes, well, I usually get paid for this. And I'm like, well, what's your rate for a hug?
Yeah, what'd she say?
She started laughing.
She was a hooker.
No, she said she would do it for free. I felt honored.
Wow.
It was a freebie. She was donating.
You have the power.
Donating a hug to the music video.
Nice. So we do this thing here we call Unsung Heroes, where we take a moment to shine the light that somebody that supported you along the way or somebody who may have been there for you. Is there anybody that you would like to shine a little light on?
Oh, my dream team. I have a dream team. So Steve Leeds. Steve Leeds is a legend in his own right. I mean, he was head of talent at Sirius Satellite Radio for like 18 years. And before that, he worked at Universal. That's how I met him and stayed friends with him. So he's on this team. Jeffrey Panzer. I love him so much. And
again, you brought up that name again. We got to figure out who this person is.
Yeah. And Sophia John, who has been she's the general manager of the River 89.7 in Council Bluffs, Iowa, which is just across the river from Omaha. And my manager / lawyer, who I love and I have known since I was very young, Tim Donahue. That's my dream team. I have like the best team ever. They're so cool. Really good people. All good people find
Do they have
another.
one of your friendship pins on their shoes?
Every one of them.
Well, there we go.
All right, folks. Well, we have done it. We have reached the top of the hour. We've actually blown a little bit past the top of the hour, which does mean we have reached the end of the show. If you've enjoyed the show, please tell a friend. And Miss Tiffany, if you have not,
Tell two.
Tell two. You can reach out to both of us. You can actually reach out to all three of us over at jfrenzy.com. We will be happy to keep this conversation going. This was a good one. Stella, my friend.
I really, really enjoyed myself. Thank you guys. Thank you so much for having me.
Congratulations, Stella.
Thank you.
It has been an absolute blast. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, folks. On that note, have a good night.
Thanks for listening to The Jay Franzi Show. Make sure you visit us at jfranzi.com. Follow, connect, and say hello. This episode has been brought to you by VR Knives, your source for 100% custom knives made by a true rock star. So, if you're in the market for a new piece of art, reach out to VR Knives. 407-421-5528. 407-421-5528.